From the depths of Hollywood's splendor and family dramas emerges a story that seems ripped from a script, yet it is real. Johnny Depp, a name associated with charisma, extravagance, and unpredictability. But what if behind this brilliance hides a shadow he desperately tries to conceal? What if his son, Jack, is not just an heir, but a key figure in a mystery that could overturn perceptions of the famous family? This is not just the tale of an actor and his offspring. It's an immersion into a world where the lines between truth and fiction are blurred, and every decision has fateful consequences. Is it possible that the brightest stars hide the darkest secrets? And can a father's love save what seems doomed? Some stories aren't written with a pen, they are carved by fate. Before we dive deeper into this fascinating story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video so you don't miss out on new exclusive content. The story of Johnny Depp and his son, Jack Christopher Depp III, is not just a chronicle of celebrity life, but a complex mosaic of maturity, challenges, and unique bonds. While most know Johnny as a cinema icon, his role as a father, especially concerning Jack, remains in the shadows, full of nuances rarely highlighted publicly. Jack, unlike his older sister Lily Rose, has always kept away from the spotlight. His life was carefully guarded by his parents. This desire for privacy was not just a whim, but a conscious choice, designed to protect him from the pressure that fame brings. Johnny, who himself went through the thorny path of Hollywood, perfectly understood how destructive constant public scrutiny could be. From Jack's early days, Johnny and Vanessa Paradis, Jack's mother, strived to create as normal a childhood as possible for him, away from paparazzi and tabloids. They settled in France, where life was calmer, and privacy was more valued. This decision was dictated not only by the desire to protect their children but also by Johnny's own experience, having repeatedly faced aggressive media attention. He wanted his children to have the opportunity to grow up, make mistakes, and form their own personalities without constant control and judgment from the world. While Lily Rose gradually began building her own career in fashion and cinema, Jack always avoided public appearances. His photos were rare, and information about his life appeared very seldom, and only through accidental paparazzi shots or mentions from his sister. This created an aura of mystery around him, which only fueled public interest, but at the same time allowed him to live a life closer to ordinary. Johnny often spoke about his children with immense love and pride, but always with respect for their choices. He supported Jack in his pursuit of privacy, understanding that not everyone born into a celebrity family seeks the same life. This approach indicates his deep understanding of the parental role, not to impose his path, but to support and give freedom of choice. Despite all efforts, completely avoiding attention was impossible. Eventually, as Jack grew up, some rumors still began to circulate. His passion for music and art was mentioned, which is not surprising, given the creative inclinations of both parents. However, no specific confirmations or detailed interviews with his participation ever emerged. This makes his figure even more intriguing. Do you think it's important for celebrity parents to keep their children as far away from the public eye as possible, or should they be allowed to choose their own path? Share your thoughts in the comments. It's important to note that Johnny and Jack's relationship was deep and full of mutual respect. Even during difficult periods in Johnny's life, particularly during his public legal battles, Jack remained in the shadows, but his support was palpable. Although he did not make public statements, the very fact of his silent presence and choice of privacy spoke volumes. This indicates a strong bond between father and son, based on trust and understanding. Johnny always emphasized how important his children were to him and how they influenced his life. He repeatedly said that fatherhood gave him new meaning and purpose. In Jack's case, this translated into a desire to provide him not just financial stability, but also psychological comfort and the opportunity to form his own identity without external pressure. In today's world, where every step of celebrities is tracked and discussed, Jack's choice to remain out of the spotlight is a bold move. It is not a rejection of his legacy, but a conscious decision about his own life. It shows that even with access to a world of fame and luxury, one can choose a different path, calmer and more private. This choice may have been influenced by his father, who knew the price of publicity well. Jack, being the son of one of Hollywood's most famous stars, has a unique perspective on the world. He has seen the flip side of fame, its bright and dark aspects. Perhaps this was the decisive factor in his desire for an ordinary life. This does not mean that he does not value his origin, but rather that he values his own freedom and the ability to live without constant control. His life is a testament to the fact that happiness can be found not only on red carpets but also in a quiet, private sphere. Johnny, for his part, has always been a caring and attentive father. He made time for his children, despite a busy filming schedule and other commitments. He always tried to be present in their lives, supporting their interests and hobbies. This dedication to fatherhood is one of the most important features of his character, which often goes unnoticed amidst sensational headlines. Their story is a reminder that behind the glittering facade of Hollywood hide ordinary people with their joys, sorrows, and choices. Do you think parenthood changes the priorities of famous people? Do they become more responsible and focused on family? All these years, Jack continued to live his life, developing his own interests and forming his own personality. Johnny, despite being a world-famous celebrity, always tried to be just a father to his son. They spent time together, pursued common hobbies, and these moments were extremely valuable for both of them. Joint trips, quiet evenings at home, conversations about life and dreams, all this formed the basis of their relationship. For Johnny, it was important for Jack to feel free in his choices, despite the surname that carries the imprint of fame. He wanted his son to find his own calling, rather than following in his father's footsteps just because it was expected. This support and understanding were crucial for Jack's development as an individual. Eventually, as Jack reached adulthood, it became clear that he had chosen a path far from the Hollywood hustle and bustle. He continued to pursue music, not as a means to enter show business, but as a personal passion. He also showed an interest in art, sharing this passion with his father. These shared interests became another bridge connecting them, deepening their already strong relationship. In a world where everything is measured by success and publicity, Jack's story is unique. It shows that true happiness can be found in a simple life, in activities that bring joy, and in strong family ties. This is not a rejection of opportunities, but a conscious choice in favor of one's own harmony. And Johnny Depp, as a father, supports this choice, demonstrating true parental wisdom. His love for his son transcends societal expectations, allowing Jack to be who he wants to be, not who the world sees him as. This is a testament to true parental love, which consists not in imposing one's will, but in providing freedom and support. The story of Johnny and Jack is not just a story of a celebrity father and his son, but also a story of choice, privacy, and the unbreakable bond that exists between them. It is a story of how even in the shadow of fame, one can find their own path. Of course, life in the shadow of such a prominent figure as Johnny Depp would never be completely ordinary. Even the smallest mentions of Jack in the press sparked a wave of interest, and his rare photographs became a topic of discussion. However, thanks to his parents' efforts, Jack was able to avoid most of the negative aspects of living under constant scrutiny. He didn't feel pressured to follow in his famous father's footsteps, nor was he forced into an acting career or another public profession. This gave him valuable freedom for self-determination. He was able to develop his own talents and interests without the expectation that he would become the next Johnny Depp. This freedom is a rare gift in the celebrity world. For Johnny, it was fundamentally important that his children had the opportunity to feel like complete individuals, independent of his own fame. He wanted them to build their lives on their own terms, not under the pressure of external circumstances or public opinion. Jack's story is a vivid example of how responsible parenting can help the children of celebrities carve their unique path. He did not become a copy of his father. Instead, he developed his own traits and interests, becoming an individual who values privacy and tranquility. This was made possible by the unwavering support and understanding from Johnny and Vanessa, who always put their children's well-being above all else. The success of their parenting approach is evident in how harmoniously and purposefully Jack builds his life, remaining true to himself. This is a story not only about avoiding the pitfalls of fame but also about finding true happiness in one's own choices and in the support provided by loved ones. Subscribe to the channel